Disney was advertising gayness to our kids.
Sorry. Just clarify that if you don't mind.
I don't. Disney was going into the business of putting ideas in my grandkids' mind that I didn't want them putting in my grandkids' minds. And
Did that actually happen?
We'd have to go get.
Did that actually happen?
I don't know. I'm just going on what I heard.
But your grandkids, did that actually happen where they had changed their views on things based on Disney?
No, I don't.
Sir, if your grandchildren end up gay, it's okay. And by the way, nobody's going to blame you, so you don't have to blame Disney. By the way, what could possibly be their profit motive to turn your grandchildren gay?
But it doesn't stop there. There's wokeism in the corporate world. Bud Light or tranny fluid. They have lost $27 billion in revenue because you took a stand.
You see how proud she was of that joke? Tranny fluid, really? The implication, of course, being that they're so close to being gay or trans that a little bit of beer is going to tip the scales. I don't know about y'all, but I've got a wife and 2 children, and absolutely no amount of alcohol is going to make me say, you know what? I'm going to leave my heteronormative lifestyle and go be gay for a while. That's just not how it works. Of course, I'm not a repressed Republican, so who knows?
Yeah, there's been a terrible week. It's been actually a couple of weeks now, probably the most difficult 2 weeks we've ever experienced in our life in this industry.
Why? Why is it the most difficult period of your life?
You know, Anheuser-Busch, they held a social knife over all of our heads here, and they dropped it very irresponsibly. It threw us into turmoil by standing on our biblical faith. It put us at odds with other people that didn't take that stance, and that brought us into hell on earth.
Well, if that isn't a perfect encapsulation of white privilege, this old, fragile white man sees a trans person drinking the same kind of beer he sells at his bar, and it's the hardest couple of weeks of his entire life. He's never been through anything so difficult.
If your family wants you home to recover from surgery, maybe you should do that. If you want to go see your grandson graduate from preschool, you should do that. Instead, you are here to drag out this session because you won't come off this bill that hurts my son. You hate him more than you love your own family, and that's why you're here.
As a father myself, it would be infuriating having to convince politicians not to butt into my child's medical decisions. Decisions that should be made in a family with their doctors. At this point, you can't convince me that the conservative movement is about anything but cruelty. They say they want to protect women's sports, but really it's about banning trans athletes from competition. They say they want to help American workers. But really, it's about punishing immigrants. If they wanted to help American workers, they wouldn't be anti-union. They say they want to protect our children. But really, it's about banning drag story time and trans people from public spaces. At this point, show me anything that the conservative movement and the Republican Party want to do to help the poor and working class in this country that doesn't involve cruelty towards minorities and marginalized groups. I'll wait. I'm David Balaban for Rebel HQ.